07 Star Citizens. Nebula Serpent speaking, the evil twin of X-Wings X. He's an outlaw and he leveled up to high value assassin for Wogan, which I highly recommend if you want to do the outlaw way of doing things. You go to unverified and you do Wogan quests until you get 30k tasks requiring skill, and preferably you take those that are in yellow because they are out in the vacuum, so it's easier to take your bounty out of the ship, the loot you want to find. And we are hunting for Weevil Eggs here. Straightforward, go there, take the people down. If you want to do it without getting a crime stat, you need to take the comm area down first, which you can see now. If you know how to do that, skip the part and we go straight to the next line on taking down these enemies. So you can take a mission for doing this or not, doesn't matter. What you definitely need are crypto keys. You park your ship 20 kilometers outside of the comm array, and then you bring your little star speeder. Pulse, Opopua Nox, as I'm using here, or a couple of other things you can use, because your ship will get taken down even if you are outside of the trespassing zone. They will take it down, so you need to be away 20 kilometers, which is actually quite a cool change, because for now, finally, those little space gliders without any quantum drive have any use aside of driving around on a planet until you explode. Approaching the station with the Papua Nox, as I'm doing right now here. Fun thing about this little Nox is that you can fly right into the door, which I personally appreciate. You don't get marked, you don't get targeted at all with this ship, but even if you would in there, the station couldn't shoot at you. So for future state, they might change that. The Nox can get marked by the stations and the turrets. But nice little parking spot. You get down into the array EVA in the new fashion as we know it. Isn't it lovely, the new EVA? I love it, mate. You bring your crypto key. I usually do it that way, is the most safe way to do. There are a couple of issues currently with inserting a crypto key. I don't have a full workaround for that, but what I noticed is that when you find crypto keys in bunkers, and that's usually where I acquire them, I don't buy them because, yeah, I just don't buy crypto keys. But you can at Wallace, at Grim Hacks, or in New Babbage. So these are the two places where you actually can buy crypto keys. Sometimes it happens that when you grab them out of these utility boxes you find in bunkers, it is at the present moment irrelevant that you don't use loot the box, but open the box. And then some crypto keys you can move over from open the box, and those will work here. Those you need to do through loot because they just hop back to where they were. They are not insertable. Okay, so these are bugged out crypto keys. I noticed as well when they're too old, sometimes they're not working anymore. Okay, they have sort of an expiry date. So yeah, for the mission, you wait till this hacking access is gone, and then as well you need a couple of more minutes to complete the mission. If you don't have a mission, you just do it, and then whatever you take down in this place will be crime stat free because nobody's watching you. So after done this, we fly back with your little space glider, and you see right now on the top left there is no eye looking at you, so no surveillance. The comms are down. Whatever target you take down right now, you will not get any crime stat, and this way you get crime stat free through that gameplay. As this is my criminal account, I don't really mind about crime stats. In case you have any issues about piracy and outlaws, there is dedicated for this. I started a little org and we are living our lives, our criminal lives, based to CIG standards on piracy. The link for the non-griefing policy that is written out and quite well and remarkably well described in the fandom wiki of CIG is in the link below. Please read it so you have a discernment and an understanding of what is griefing, what is piracy, and what's the difference about it, and why piracy is actually a highly anticipated way of playing in this game. And as you know, X-Wings X is the lawful guy, the medic that helps and supports people. Yeah, so to have an event will, that just happens, all right? And a little roleplay is fun, isn't it? Okay, let's go forward to see how we're gonna obtain those Weevil Eggs. All right, after this detour on how to take down the comm array, we are coming now to the part which we're actually looking for. I use a Corsair for this task. I'm putting ballistic deadbolts on it, 4 and 5. So it's the easiest way forward solo, and even if a group, I mean, this play is as well recommended to play in group, and at least with 1 or 2 fighters and a C2 that gathers up all the cargo. And the good thing here, when the C2 stays out of a crime stat, you can sell as well the high tier ore that you find, because there is a high chance you find like Pexalite, Terranite, Gold and Quantinium as well in those hulls that you're taking down. Of course, if you're soloing, you want to just grab out the Weevil Eggs. Okay, now we're approaching our enemies. You see I'm marking the targets, each of them, so I know which one to take first. I always take the mission target last for a couple of reasons. For example, when there are invisible asteroids, which still rarely occur, but then you can come back to the place to make sure you're having. The one that I'm taking down here is not as valuable as it could be. There are moments where like in the ERT targets, there are reclaimers showing up, like, and the refueling ship, what's it called? The Gemini, Starfarers, A2s, and then your bounty will be huge. It will be already good here. We're taking out 16 SU of Weevil Eggs, which is 1.7 millions. And of course you can take the other rocks as well, but they just pay a lot less. Even Slam went down to 15 SU, so it's really the Weevil SU you want to get for 112,000 SU. Do your business, take them all down, and then we go grab the cargo out of their hull. Okay, I skipped forward. It's only the 400i that we are taking down. 400i's are quite sturdy, but if you want to make them unmaneuverable pretty fast, you need to shoot off the little wings on their side tips. Then they're practically unmaneuverable anymore. But you still see my deadbolts are just melting through that ship. Good thing with the deadbolts, in comparison to other ships, high alpha damage, and so you can do about 2 of these missions before you have to reload. And with a crime stat, reloading works only at Grim Hacks. Keep in mind that. So being on the left or right side of the law makes a difference. Then you can go scan and you see what's inside. This is not always accurate. I always check the ships. Here we had only combat ships on the side of that one. That's why I'm not even bothering looking what they have in there. But here we need to check. You see the cargo ramp has already been opened. We place our ship with our cargo hatch as close as possible to the other ship, and then we grab the stuff out. Of course, you need some sort of a tractor beam. I usually bring a small one. If you want to have more movability and easier handling, you bring a big one. The green boxes are always the Weevil Eggs. So what you see here now, the cargo box has only half been opened, so you can't pull it out. So you need to fly around and fully open the cargo box, cargo hatch. And as you've done that, you see it opens up and we're good to go. So this is a fully loaded 400i, almost fully loaded. And we take out the most valuable thing. All the other boxes are backslide. As I'm soloing here right now, I am not taking it, but backslide is as well tier 1 ore, so useful to get. All right, and of course, now we need to know where to sell it. Most famous one definitely is on Daymar Bryos Breaker, but that's not the only place to go for, and it always depends because it's the most traveled to. At first it's very close to Yellow, and a lot of people will loot their stuff around Yellow because it's the base place for doing it. But if you have a high population server, it makes sense to do a bit more of those missions, fill your hull up fully with your Weevil Eggs, and then go. For example, Uterp Microtech, you find here Devlin Scrap and Salvage. Another place where you can sell illegal stuff. Of course, Hurston has as well one. It's called Reclamation and Disposal on the main planet. As well, quite well trafficked, I would say. Arcorp, we have one at Walla. Not many people go here because, yeah, it's a little bit further away, but Samson's and Sons. But with a full hull, definitely worth getting there. So now the question is for you want to unload your Weevils all the time, as soon as you found one, or you get her up. And definitely best way to play, 2 to 4 per people with combat ships and 1 C2 to fill it all up, and then make the big loads. Our org made an event recently. We sold over 120 SU of Weevil Eggs. That's a lot of money. Speaking about almost 15 millions. So we go for Brio Breakers because this is a low pop server. I have only 20 other peoples on there, so that feels quite safe. Brio's Breaker at night can be a challenge, can be an issue, especially with this ship. Make sure you land as leveled out as possible because you rip your front weapons off, which is very expensive actually to take back here. Land, get out from the roof, best way, fastest way, because you don't need the lock behind the door behind you, and then get out and sell. 16 SU of Weevil Eggs. 1.7 millions. Nice one, is it? 07 StarCitizen.